right, so this is Angela again, and this is my call to action speech. And I want to start with a statistic, and that is that the National Institute of Drug Abuse reports there are 455,000 reported incidences where patients are seen in the emergency room after some type of exposure with marijuana. And 13% of those, that's 12 to 17, 13% are 12 to 17-year-old children. And I think that's an important statistic because a lot of people think that marijuana use is benign, but in fact there's quite a few incidences and injuries that obviously show that there's a problem. So I know that we all have learned that marijuana is a gateway drug, and it makes me think, why do we want this gateway drug legal? Why do we want marijuana legal and available to our citizens and ultimately our children? Why do we want to just keep this gateway open? So I don't think it's something that we do want, and now it is affecting our children and our citizens, and I am concerned that legal marijuana is increasing the risks and the availability. And I do want to address the concerns about marijuana being a gateway drug, wanting to talk about how its exposures and effects are, and why it should not be legal. So another statistic is from the Children's Hospital of Colorado, and that is that they've seen at least 9 cases recently of children that are from 3 to 7-year-old that have been exposed to marijuana. So these are young children, and the products that they've been exposed to are the brownies and the cookies and the candies that are laced with THC, and that's just appealing to children and just being legal. It's available in households, and these children are going into the hospital with respiratory distress and potential for central nervous system shutdown. And these aren't benign cases. These are children that are being hospitalized with supportive care until they're safe to go back home. And for the children that are using it intentionally, the 12 to 17-year-olds, it seems that they're looking for the giddiness and the munchies and just the hallucinogenic effects of marijuana. I was joking and saying it's kind of like those Cheech and Chong movies, and but what they're not thinking of is the paranoia, psychosis, and even suicidal thoughts that people have experienced after smoking marijuana. And there are reported cases where people have killed a spouse or killed themselves or just done things that they typically wouldn't have done, and there was marijuana in their systems. And just having the marijuana in their system doesn't mean marijuana killed them. So if you do any research, you won't find anywhere that marijuana has caused death in anyone. But it's obvious that it's causing some changes in some mental challenges that that can cause a problem and be an issue for people. Sorry about that. So yeah, you won't find any cases where marijuana has been a problem, but it's definitely an issue. So, and then also the psychosis is something that's been proven according to Sir Robin Murray. Psychosis is related to cannabis use, and he is part of this Institute of Psychological and Psychological Institute. So there have also been studies that marijuana use decreases your IQ, and it's an average of 8 IQ points, and those are IQ points that you can't ever get back, just ever get back in general. So so you lose those and you can't ever have those again. Also, imaging studies have shown a decrease in activity in different parts of the brain, including memory, learning, and impulse control. And we've heard of stories where marijuana withdrawals have caused just anger and irritability, and that has to do go with the impulse control. So again, marijuana is a gateway drug and leads to other drugs, including hard drugs like amphetamines, cocaine, heroin, and causes bigger problems for generations. The people who voted to have marijuana legalized are citizens who think the revenue is going to help our economy, and then of course the users, I'm sure, voted in to make it legal. But as far as the citizens who voted for the revenue, I just am curious if the greed for money should put our children at risk and our futures at risk. And I just am curious if it's really the right thing for our state. And I think a solution for this problem would be to sign a petition and to make this amendment come back into light where we can vote against it. So I would say we need to voice our concern and go against Amendment 64 to make it illegal again and have it prohibited for use. So, as far as what will happen if we don't make marijuana use illegal again, is that it may become legal across the entire United States. And do we really want our future leaders to be stoners and have just lower IQs and hindered memories? I really think we need to close this gateway that we have open, this gateway to cocaine and heroin. And I'm just curious again, do we really want to live in a condition of psychosis and paranoia? And I want to answer that question for you, and I would say no, we don't. And we don't want our children to have lower IQs. We don't want our future leaders to have lower IQs. We don't want to be living in this stupor. And I think to prevent that, we definitely need to voice our concerns and sign a petition and have this amendment overturned. And what we would do is have this gateway drug just eliminate it from our society and have unintentional exposures prevented, and also have the effects of marijuana prevented and have just it completely eradicated, where our children will not be affected and our futures will have a better outlook. So I think that would be the ideal thing, and we should sign a petition today to have this accomplished.